gonna be okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, good afternoon, everybody. Today is Wednesday, July the 10th. My name is Judge Esparza. We have a couple of writ hearings scheduled for this afternoon. We do not have a court reporter present. If you're requesting a court reporter, your case will be reset for a later date. Not hearing any objections, we will proceed. The first case on today's docket is C 3072-24-C, State of Texas versus Francisco Alvarez. Mr. Alvarez, you speak English?
Yes, Espanol.
Espanol, okay. Stand up here in front. I believe this is Carlos Garza, is he here?
That's correct, Judge. Carlos Garza here. Can you hear me?
Yeah, can you turn your camera on?
It's on.
Not getting any picture. Your client is present, Mr. Garza. He is Spanish speaking, so
Okay, can you hear me though, Judge?
ask that you go, I can hear you, we just can't see you. Just ask that
Okay,
you go
all right,
slowly
well-
so that they can do
Okay,
the
yeah,
translation.
Okay,
Proceed.
I filed a writ for this client to get his bond reduced. He informed me that he's being held on a $50,000 bond. He's got no priors. He's 34 years old. He's got a green card. He's a resident of the Valley. And as a matter of fact, Hidalgo. And we're requesting, let's say, a $5,000 cash surety.
Yes.
Requesting $5,000 cash surety.
Yes, sir.
Now, there is a protective order that was issued by the magistrate out of, let's see, Hidalgo Court. And
Yes, Your Honor, that
the
looks like it's correct.
Is it Hidalgo, right, Jay?
Yes, that's correct.
And it's for, let me see how many days it says here. For 91 days. This will expire on, let me see, does it have a date here?
I'm showing September 16th, 2024, Your Honor.
Okay, perfect. Thank you, Jay.
Yes, sir.
So the protected person is a Genesis Delgado, I believe, who's the victim and on this case. He is released on bond, Mr. Garza. Mr. Alvarez, he will have to go to another location. He cannot go back to that location. Do you understand that, Mr. Alvarez? What's the state's position?
Your Honor, we're opposed to any kind of reduction. We believe the $50,000 cash surety is reasonable. There's a knife involved, Judge, which he brandished and also put to the victim's neck and throat area. I believe, Judge, in light of the facts and the circumstances surrounding the case, we believe the bond's reasonable, Judge.
Yeah, does he, I didn't see any priors on him. Is that correct? He doesn't have anything?
That's correct, Your Honor. He has no prior criminal history.
Okay. Raise your right hand, sir. Swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God? State your name.
Francisco Álvarez,
How old are you?
34 años. 34.
What city do you live in?
Hidalgo, Texas.
How long have you lived there?
Alrededor de 9 años. 9 years.
Are you married
Sí. Yes.
to Genesis?
Sí. Yes.
Do you have children together?
Dos. Two.
And you understand that there's a protective order And in that protective order, you cannot go back to 704 South 19th Street in Hidalgo. Do you understand that? If you go back there, you will be charged with violating the protective order and arrested again. Do you understand that? Do you have someplace else to live? You have family in Hidalgo County?
Yes.
Do you work?
Only
Where do you work?
free market, Hidalgo.
You understand that we reduced your bond, it's just to get you out of jail. You're gonna have to show up to the courthouse at a later time with your attorney to take care of this. You understand that? In order that he have no contact with the victim, even after till this case is resolved, even after the protective order expires. Remember you said, right, Jake?
Yes, Your Honor.
Bond will be reduced $10,000. Cash surety,
How much, Judge?
10,000 cash surety, no contact with victim.
Very good.
I think that's all you have today, right, Cornelius?
That's all I have.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, Judge. May I
Can I-
be excused?
Sir, you can have a seat, sir.
Thank you.
Next case I'm gonna call is C 3012-24-8, State of Texas versus Francisco Flores. English, Mr. Flores? Okay. Chris Sully. There you are.
Good afternoon, Your Honor.
Good afternoon. Motion, your client's present, he speaks English, you may proceed.
Thank you, Your Honor. Mr. Flores has been detained since June 10th, Your Honor, so exactly 1 month today. He has a total of $8,500 in bonds. He has a tampering charge with a $5,000 bond, an evading that's enhanced with a prior with a $2,500 bond, and a possession charge, which is a misdemeanor, which has a $1,000 bond. He is indigent, Your Honor. He was unemployed at the time that he was arrested. I spoke with his wife. They live together afar. At this point, they don't have any funds toward the bond, Your Honor. So we're asking the court to consider either a PR bond or at least some reduction to help them work on trying to bond him out in the future, Your Honor.
For the record, Mr. Sully, the complaint has been filed on the possession charge. It's CR 24-06288-F. So I don't have any jurisdiction over that case. What says the state on the other two charges?
Your Honor, with respect to the evading case and the tampering case, these are very reasonable bonds in light of the defendant's criminal history. With that being said, Judge, just alone, he's been arrested 15 times for burglary of a vehicle. Judge, again, we'll stand by our position. We believe these are reasonable bonds. I believe it would be a total of $7,500 in light of the fact that the POCS has been filed with the misdemeanor court.
Right in. Swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God? You guys speak louder, state your name. How old are you, sir?
26,
What city do you live in?
or Texas,
Where?
or Texas,
You can put your hand down. Are you on probation or parole right now?
probation.
Misdemeanor or felony?
Thank you.
The felony? You're on probation? You've been reporting?
I didn't have a test, so
When was the last time you reported?
I just got out June 5th.
That what?
Just really got out June 5th.
Oh, they put you on probation on June 5th?
It was April 9th. It was April 9th, and I'm waiting on some misdemeanors to be dismissed.
Oh, so you got out on the 5th and you were arrested on the 10th. Okay. This got out of jail, sir. What's your address and far, sir?
704 Coyote Trail, Fort Texas.
Coyote Trail?
Excuse me?
Coyote Trail?
Yes, sir.
Apartment or house?
It's a house.
Bond on the tampering charge will be reduced to $2,500. Cash surety. Bond on the evading, will remain at $2,500.
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, good luck to you, sir.
I see. I told you anything else about Vegas.
Thank you, Your Honor. May I be excused?
Sir, thank you, Mr. Sully.
Thank you, Your Honor. Have a good day.
You too. Melissa Canales. Let me see. State's gonna call C 3083-24-I, State of Texas versus Anayeli. Is that right? Anayeli? Anayeli Herrera. You speak English, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Who's here from Mr. Canales or Melissa Canales?
Judge, Mr. Alvarez is on his way. Give us a few minutes. He is in 476. He should be here in a few minutes.
Okay, we'll recall it.
Okay, thank you.
Go ahead and have a seat. Greg Lopez on there, yeah, Greg's there. Gonna call C 2961-24-E, State of Texas versus Jorge Perez. You don't speak English, right? No habla inglés? Okay. Ponte enfrente, por favor. Greg Lopez, your client is present. Just give us
Yes,
a few
Your Honor.
seconds to get the translator out there.
All right.
Your client, I'm not sure if you're aware, Mr. Lopez, but your client does have an ICE hold.
He
I
does.
learned that yesterday, Your Honor, and I think my client should be advised of that.
Mr. Garcia, there's an immigration hold placed on you, which means that if you do make bond, you will be released to immigration, and there's a very high likelihood that you will be deported. Do you understand that? Okay. It's your motion, Mr. Lopez, you may proceed.
Well, Your Honor, I filed this writ. My client has lived in the United States for way over 10 years, Your Honor. I don't know the exact time. He's a citizen of Honduras, but he's married. Up until 2 years ago, he was living in Hidalgo County. He moved to Alabama about 2 years ago because he separated from his wife. His wife still lives in Hidalgo County. Just want to mention that these charges that are pending against them, the alleged victims are children of the wife that he's trying to divorce. And Your Honor, other than a DWI charge in 2015 in Alabama, he has no other criminal history. Yes, my client does have an ICE hold because he's not a U.S. citizen or legal permanent resident. But Your Honor, he's actually under an order of supervision with immigration, with ICE. Now, I can't explain to a court what Immigrations and Customs Enforcement will do if he's released on bond, but he is currently under supervision from the ICE service. Your Honor, the bonds for each one of these charges are $150,000 each. The court knows that my client would not be able to get a bondsman to take a percentage of these bond amounts. And the amounts are simply very, very high. He doesn't have those funds. His family doesn't have those funds. And that's why we filed a bond reduction. And Your Honor, we want an amount that my client can actually post in cash. And, we're going to suggest a $7,500 cash bond on each charge.
Do you have documentation of any type of status that he has, Greg?
No, Your Honor, I do not. I don't have any of that in my possession. Yeah, and for the court's information, the reason why this man was arrested in Alabama, He was arrested in Alabama about a month ago because he reported to Immigration and Customs Enforcement as part of his supervision, as he's done so many times. So when he went to report, they arrested him and told him, hey, there's a warrant out of Hidalgo County for you. So he spent about 2 weeks in Alabama before he was extradited to Hidalgo County. And that's why he's here, Your Honor. He was unaware that he had any charges pending in Hidalgo County.
Okay, what says the state?
Your Honor, we'd be opposed to any kind of reduction. There's too much at risk if the bonds are lowered. Assuming he does make bond, we never know what the feds are going to do, Judge. And because of the ICE hold, we're worried he might get deported. So in light of that, Judge, we're opposed to any kind of reduction at this time.
Okay. Raise your right hand, sir. You swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Sure.
State your name.
Jorge Alberto Pérez Garcia.
How long have you been in the United States, sir?
12 years.
You're not a U.S. citizen, correct? Working in Alabama? Where were you working? Prior to living to Alabama, were you living in Hidalgo County?
Sí, viví primero en Alabama, pues cuando me casé me vine con mi esposa para acá.
He was first living in Alabama, then when he got married, he came over here.
How long did you live in Hidalgo County?
5 años.
5 years?
You have family in Hidalgo County?
No,
You have family in Alabama?
sí, toda mi familia está ahí.
All his family.
Like your parents or who?
Sí, tíos.
Uncle.
Was it protective order? Did I mention that about the protective order on this case already?
No, Judge.
No, Your Honor.
In fact, I actually magistrated this individual. There was a protective order issued. The protected person is Maya Perez. He's not to have any contact with her. You're not to go near Pine Street in Alton, Texas. Do you understand that? And this will expire August 14th, 2024. I'm gonna ask that if you do make bond, even though the protective order expires, you have no contact with the victim or the victim's family until this case is resolved. Do you understand that? Bond will be reduced to $10,000 cash surety on each count. Anything else, Mr. Lopez?
No, Your Honor.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Next case we're gonna call is C 3082-24-L, State of Texas versus Marcos Reese. Speak English, Mr. Reese?
Yes, sir.
Lauro Trejo, there you are. This is your motion, sir. You may proceed.
Thank you, Judge. My client is in custody. He's been in jail for 2 weeks. He's a U.S. citizen. We did file this writ under 2 felony counts. One of the counts I just checked has been indicted. That's on the burglary. So we're likely to go forward on the possession of controlled substance state jail felony today. Bond in that case is set at $30,000 cash surety. Again, my client's a U.S. citizen. He receives disability. He suffers from seizures. We're asking that he be released on a PR bond, Judge.
What says the state?
Judge, we have looked at it. We're in agreement with reducing it, but not to a PR bond. We can do a $5,000 cash surety bond subject to the court's approval.
Raise your right hand, sir. Swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, sir.
State your name, please.
Marcos Reese,
How old are you, sir?
30,
What city do you live in?
Western Texas.
You rent or own? What's the address there?
7714 Big Valley Drive.
Big Valley?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
In Westaco, you said, right? You work?
On disability.
Social Security, you get a check monthly or what? Okay, bond on the possession charge will be reduced to $2,000 cash surety. Monthly UAs through probation. Probation is gonna contact you, sir, to go in and get drug tested monthly. You need to make sure when they call you, you show up when they tell you to. If you come back positive for drugs or alcohol, you're gonna end up back in custody. If you don't show up when they tell you to, you're gonna end up back in custody. Is it clear? All right, good luck to you. Have a seat.
May I excuse, Judge?
Yes, sir. Thank you, Lalo.
Thanks.
George, next case we're gonna call is C3001-24-J, State of Texas versus Isaac Valdez.
10,000.
Yes, Judge. Jorge Munoz on behalf of Mr. Valdez.
You speak English, Mr. Valdez? Okay. Hang on just a minute, George. Let me get
Yes,
the
Judge.
paperwork. Okay, you may proceed.
Judge, my client's bond's currently set at 15,000 cash surety. He's been in custody since April 24th. He had a parole hold, Judge. To my understanding, that parole hold has been lifted, and so I understand this is the only thing that's holding him. We are asking for a PR bond.
I checked right before we walked in, and it still shows the the parole hold is active.
You still show it
Jay, do you
active?
still-
Let me
Jay, do
verify.
you see it?
Yes, I'm showing it. Let me check my system one more time, but I'm showing it as well, Your Honor. Isaac Lee Valdez, correct?
Yes.
That's correct. And it was in speaking to him that he said he had spoken to his PO and they were gonna lift that, but he may be misinformed, Judge.
I checked yesterday and I checked right before we walked out and I saw the parole hold. You
So-
represent him on that case out of the 93rd, Joe? I mean, out of the 92nd?
I do, and that's a robbery charge. The alleged victim already went to court, filed an affidavit of non-prosecution. And so that's what's pending before the court now. I anticipate that should be
And-
dismissed. He
And
does have
Judge, he has been indicted. It's CR 295924A.
indicted on which one? On the evading?
Oh, I'm sorry. My apologies. I thought you were talking about the robbery charge. My apologies, Jorge.
No problem.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yes, Judge, I'm showing the parole warrant still active though.
Okay.
Okay, well,
Mr. Valdez, with the parole warrant is showing that it's still active, so even if I reduce your bond, unless parole lifts that, you won't be able to get out. Currently, it's showing in our system here at the county that it's still there. I don't know who you spoke to, but you and your attorney can get that cleared up. Maybe you can get a hold of parole, maybe they'll clear. Okay, well, the robbery hasn't been dismissed, so maybe that's why.
that's fine. And that's fine, Judge. If the court wants to leave it alone, we'll go ahead and try and get the robbery charge resolved, and then we'll go ahead
Well,
and.
hang on just a minute. Raise your right hand, sir. You swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, sir.
State your name.
Isaac E. Valdez,
How old are you, sir?
34,
What city do you live in?
Dallas, Texas.
You have a job?
Yes, sir.
What do you do?
I'm a welder.
What do you work for?
But,
How long have you been working there?
4 years, almost 4 years.
Married?
Yes, sir.
With kids?
Yes, sir.
You been living in Hidalgo County all your life?
Yes, sir.
And what I'm gonna do is go ahead and reduce this bond on the evading to $2,000 cash surety. If you get that robbery resolved, George, and they lift it, but that's bond $2,000 cash surety.
Absolutely.
Make sure you stay in contact with your attorney. You understand that? Because you still have this charge pending, even if they dismiss that robbery, unless your attorney works something out. Anything else, George?
Thank you, Judge. That's all I have. Might be excused, Judge?
Yes, sir. Thank you. Let's see who's on the screen. Melissa, are you there? Mr. Canales, Juan Alvarez. Okay, Vito, are you there, Vito?
Judge, I'm here.
Okay, hang on
I'm
just a
here,
minute.
Your
Melissa,
Honor.
you ready?
I'm
Okay,
ready, Your Honor. I'm sorry. I just couldn't get the screen to.
no problem. Let me
cooperate.
call your case. It's C-0308324. I, State of Texas versus Anieli Herrera. Come back up here, Mrs. Herrera. You speak English, correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Right there's fine. Ms. Canales, this is your motion. You may proceed.
Yes, Your Honor. She's here on I believe it's a assault on a public servant. She does have I think it's about 3 PR bonds, Your Honor. We've also requested Court 5 to give us a hearing to reduce that bond, Judge. I've dealt with this defendant before, Your Honor, and I don't have it confirmed, but she seems to be somewhat special needs, Your Honor. And we're asking for a PR bond at this time. I'm probably going to be asking for her to be evaluated as well. And we've spoken to her family at length. They call us every day. I believe they can come up with $500 for the bond, Your Honor.
What says the state?
Judge, we're opposed to any kind of reduction. Miss Herrera was out on bond on an assault, Your Honor, as of April. Since being out on bond, she picked up another assaultive charge against the peace officer in this case, Judge, and we believe the bonds are reasonable in light of the circumstances and her criminal history.
Raise your
Your
right hand,
Honor,
Ms. Herrera.
Your Honor, like I said, she does appear to be somewhat special needs, and I would hate for a special needs person to be incarcerated any longer, Your Honor.
You swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, Your Honor.
State your name. You can put your hand down.
Angeli Herrera.
All of you, Anieli. Did you graduate from high school?
Yes, Your Honor.
What high school did you go to?
High school.
When did you graduate?
This May 28th.
Who do you live with? In Donna?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you work?
Yes.
Where do you work?
In drive-through.
You go to college?
Yes.
Start?
Yes, Your Honor.
Where at?
STC.
You've been getting in a lot of trouble lately.
Yes, Your Honor.
You need to get it out, or you're gonna end up staying in here. You understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
Your attorney's doing a good job for you, but you're not doing your part. Gonna be in here longer next time. You've been here, what, 30 days already? Not a good way to spend the summer, is it? I'm gonna order monthly UAs. Probation's gonna contact you to go in and get tested. You understand that?
Yes, Your
You need to make sure you show up. Bond will be reduced to $1,000 cash surety.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Stay in contact with your attorney when you get out, okay?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Anything else, Ms. Canales?
Nothing further, Your Honor. May be excused.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Victor, you ready? There you are.
Yes, Your Honor.
Gonna call C-3080-24-L State of Texas versus Crystal Garza. See if we can get a hold of Sam. You speak English, Ms. Garza? Victor, it's your motion. You may proceed.
Yes, Your Honor. So Ms. Garza is being held on 3 different charges: a state jail felony, a Class A misdemeanor possession, and I believe a Class B theft. Her bonds are currently set at $20,000 cash surety for the state jail possession, $10,000 for the Class A possession, and $5,000 for the theft. Your Honor, in all honesty, she was out on bond for some previous charges. She had been appearing at court for the misdemeanor that she's currently has charged. Her other felonies are still pending indictment. I think she has a state jail felony, possession, and hindering that may or may not. I'm not sure that's going to be indicted or not. We're just asking, Your Honor, for the state jail possession to possibly be somewhere between $2,500 and $5,000 cash surety, and maybe get a PR bond on the 2 misdemeanors.
Says the state.
Judge, we're not opposed to having the bonds reduced, but we're in agreement with having them reduced to be cut in half. So the 20,000 be cut to 10,000 cash surety, the 10 to 5, and then the 5 to 2,500.
Raise your right hand, Ms. Gunson. You swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, Your Honor.
State your name.
Garza,
How old are you, man?
33.
Where do you live?
Edinburgh, Texas.
Who do you live with?
My mother and my daughter. My daughter turned 7 years old today.
Do you have a job?
I work from home. I make food, deliver
Okay.
help my mom.
How old is your daughter?
Turned 7 today.
Where are you? Right. They take care of your kids if you're in jail, right? I'm gonna order monthly UAs. Which means you're gonna get drug tested. You come back positive, you're gonna stay in here. Understand that? Don't go back to that location, the Dollar General. I don't want you to see, I don't want to hear that you're over there anymore. You understand? Bond on the when it's currently set at 20,000, be reduced to $2,000. Cash surety. $10,000 one. Be reduced to $1,000. Cash surety. And the $5,000 bond will be reduced to $2,500 PR. Doable, Vito?
Sorry, Your Honor.
Is that doable?
That's very good, Your Honor. We're very appreciative.
All right. Stay in contact with your attorney when you get out. You understand? You will have to show up at the courthouse at a later time to take care of these cases. All right, good luck to you.
I'll be in contact with you, Your Honor. Thank you very much. Have nothing for remedy, excuse, Your Honor.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Have a great day.
Working, so not allowed to get a hold of him.
We've got 2 cases left, but we try to contact the attorneys. I know Sergio tried to log on earlier. Got disconnected. We tried calling right now, and apparently the phones aren't working here at the jail. On Pablo Salazar, is he here? Go ahead, stand up, Mr. Salazar. Samuel Reyes is his attorney. Have you had contact with him, Jay, on this case?
No, Judge.
You have a recommendation?
I haven't. 1 second. It looks like my systems are going down too at the moment.
I think it's, we didn't get the hurricane. We just got the effects of it.
Judge, we're okay to reducing these. It looks like his current bonds are a 10,000, a 20,000, and another 20,000. They're all drug cases, Judge. Oh, I'm sorry, and another 25,000. We're okay with reducing all of them to be cut in half, Your Honor. I just haven't had the chance to speak with Mr. Reyes about it.
Okay. Raise your right hand, sir. Swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, sir.
State your name.
Salazar,
How old are you, sir?
27,
Where were you born?
in McAllen, Texas,
Where do you live?
in San Juan, Texas.
Have an apartment, a house, or what?
I live with my mom in a farm.
In San Juan?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you have a job?
Yeah, I was working for Readyman, Constructical,
Working for who?
Readyman,
What do you do there?
edit packages, lines, mangoes, jalapenos,
How long have you been working there?
for like 2 years.
We don't order monthly UA, same thing, sir. You're gonna get drug tested every month. Better be clean, no drugs, no alcohol. You're gonna come back positive, you come back to jail. Is that clear? Bond that's currently set at $10,000 will be reduced to $1,000. Cash surety. Bond set at $20,000 will be reduced to $1,000. Cash surety. Actually, I'm just gonna reduce all of them to $1,000 cash surety each. Are you on probation or parole right now, sir? All right, stay out of trouble. You come back to jail. All right. The next case we have is C3073-24-C, State of Texas versus Daniel Trevino Esparza. Esparza, you speak English?
Yes, sir.
We're not related, correct? But you've been here, correct?
Yes.
Last time you said you didn't care we were related, right? Jay, have you had any contact with Mr. Sergio Sanchez?
No, Judge, I saw him this morning, but we weren't able to discuss this case in length.
Do you have a recommendation on this?
Yes, Your Honor. Currently he was out on bond for an aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. He picked up a harassment and another aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. One set at 20, one set at 10. In light of that, Judge, we're opposed to any kind of reduction at this time.
Now, there's a resisting arrest, but the complaint's been filed on that already, so I don't have any jurisdiction over it.
Correct, Your Honor.
And I want to say a verification was filed, or was it not?
Let me verify, Judge. Give me 1 second here.
Is there some? Oh, yeah.
Yes, it's a record.
There was, right? Yeah. Yeah. Because
Yes, Your Honor, there was one filed on the first aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. That's correct.
He's got that one set at 10K.
Yes, Your Honor.
Raise your right hand, Daniel. You swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God? Daniel, I'm gonna order monthly UAs. You're gonna go in once a month to get drug tested. You better stay clean, you understand? You're resisting charge. The complaint has already been filed, so your attorney's gonna have to go to that judge and ask about a bond reduction in there. I can't do anything about it. The previous bond that I reduced at $10,000, the bondsman submitted a verification, but it's not on this writ. The only thing addressed here is, or did he include the 2010? What's the bond on the resisting? Is it 10 also?
On the resisting, Judge, it was 10. Yes, sir. That's correct, Judge.
So the 40,000 is all right. So bond on the ag assault here will be reduced to $10,000 cash surety. And bond on the harassment will be reduced to $5,000 cash surety. You stay out of trouble, Mr. Sparsan. You understand that?
They told me I was being booked for something else. I didn't know if I activated. They told me it was harassment.
It was harassment.
And
Are you being charged? I'm sorry.
It's,
Hang on just a minute.
harassment. Harassment, I put it in.
Oh, the ag assault is the old one, right?
Yeah, the BOC, so it's in
Okay.
just
Well, it's not a new ag assault, Jay. It's the one that's on there is the old one. From
I actually just caught that too. Thank you, Judge. I apologize.
really one.
So the bond on that, yeah, the ag assault is from the last one. I'm gonna leave that bond at $10,000. The harassment will be reduced to $5,000. That's the only ones I can touch. The resisting already has a complaint on it. So your attorney's gonna need to go to that court to take care of it. So your bond for the previous charge is gonna stay the same at 10,000, and this new charge will be reduced to 5,000. Good luck to you, sir. Stay out of trouble. I believe that's everybody, Jay.
Thank you, Judge. Take care.
Thank you. Have a good afternoon.
Yes, sir.